Swarajya Samrajya. The sound should be a little more open and louder. Swarajya Samrajya Vibhutiresha Bhavat Kripa Shri Mahima Prasadat Prapta Maya Shri Gurave Mahatmani Namo Namastestu Punarnamostu Namo Namastestu Punarnamostu Namo Namastestu Punarnamostu. Now, I said that various methods we have discussed, not so much this time of course, but it is about 6 way of thinking, 6 way of approaching the same truth have been discussed in the Bhagavad Gita. But I said that the last one, in all Shastras, ultimately surrender is the ultimate. So to understand what is the surrender is little difficult, because people don't surrender to Lord or to Guru, but they surrender to their own ego. In the name of surrendering to the God, they surrender to their own ego. But today I don't have so much of time to discuss in detail. So in 18th chapter, go to the end of it, that is 62, verse number 63. 18th chapter, verse number 63. It is a concluding statement, almost concluding, penultimate concluding, because again he has opened some discussion. Itite jnanamakyatam guhyat gushyataram maya vimrishyaitad asheshena jathechasi tatha kuru. Krishna is telling Arjuna that this is what is known as knowledge, because the whole purpose is we are bound, we are not able to behave as we want, we are suffering, all these things because the knowledge is covered by ignorance, sitting in our mind, intelligence, mind and the sense organs. It is not allowing us to see our real identity. That I have discussed in detail. So to discover our real identity, we are going through the knowledge. Why? Because the knowledge will remove the ignorance. We are not creating Atma or the truth or our immortality. We are immortal, we are Atma, we are Brahman, everything is there. But we are not able to know because the vision is covered by ignorance. And that is coming from the smallness of our ego. That is, I am separate from all others. Others are different, I am different, and we are given to always looking at other things and gaining something from the world. It is all happening because we don't have the knowledge of the oneness of everything, that the whole universe is a projection on the consciousness. So, whatever is discussed in the Bhagavad Gita, it is all in the name of wisdom, jnana. So he says, itite jnanamakyatam gushyat gushyataram maya. I have discussed the secret and deeper than the deep secret also. All I have spoken to you, Arjuna, he is saying at the end of 18th chapter. Vimnishaitad asheshena jathechasi tatha kuru. You think about it, whatever I have spoken, very well in detail, and then decide what you are going to do. Do what you would like to do. Because why? Every time Arjuna was saying that, why are you asking me to fight the war? If this is the truth, I would like to realize the truth. Why are you asking me to fight this sinful war? And every time Krishna is giving the whole knowledge and saying that tasmat yudhyasva bharata. This is a speciality of Bhagavad Gita. Repeatedly, he is not saying tasmat dhyanasva. He is saying tasmat yudhyasva. Therefore you fight, therefore you fight. So, Krishna is leaving it on Arjuna that I have told you whatever is known as knowledge, the secret, the deeper secret than the still deeper secret, everything I have spoken to you openly. Now think about all these things and then do whatever you like. Jathechasi tatha kuru. Whether you will fight or go away or go to the forest, that is up to your decision. This is generally what happens. Now, saying that, then comes the peak of all the instructions. In 64, he is saying, Sarva guhyatamam bhuyaha shrinume paramam vachaha ishtosi me dridhamiti tato vakshyami te hitam. See, he said that Gushyat Gushyataram and do what you want. But he is so fond of Arjuna because Arjuna had taken refuge in him. Whenever anybody takes refuge in the Guru has to take him to the last point, provided he is ready to listen to, ready to follow. So because of his fondness, he is saying, Ishtosime, you are I am very fond of you. Dridhamiti, very fond of you. Tato vakshyami te hitam. Therefore, I cannot but tell you the ultimate for your own mangala, for your own auspicious development. I cannot keep it hidden. What is that? Sarva guhyatamam. Here is the important word. Earlier sloka he said Gushyat Gushyataram. It is a comparative statement. Deeper than the deep secrets. Here he is saying Sarva Guhyatamam. Sarva Guhyatamam. There is nothing more secret than this. It is a superlative statement. Shrinume bhuyaha, shrinume paramam vachaha. He had told it earlier also in 10th chapter also, but here 9th chapter. Here he is saying shrinume paramam vachaha. This is my supreme word. And what is that supreme word? He says, Manmana bhava madbhakto madyaji mam namaskuru mame vaishyasi satyam te pratijane priyosime. Manmana, matmana means your mind you give it to me. Madbhaktaha, you be devoted to me. Matyaji, you worship me. Mam namaskuru, you prostrate before me. That is in your pursuit. Only me will be there, nothing else. So, generally we say that whenever we are trying to surrender to the Lord, in the name of surrender, we don't know because Lord doesn't speak to us. So, whether we have surrendered or not, how do we know? We make mistake. As in Pondicherry, mother had mentioned that before joining the ashram, everybody says that, Mother, I have surrendered everything to you. But when they join, after that, very soon it is discovered that they have surrendered nothing but their common sense. It's mother's statement, Pondicherry mother's statement. It is true. Because when we are saying we have surrendered, we don't have the idea. Our Swamiji's guru, that Narayana Tirtha Deva used to say, it is written by Baba in his diary. Baba had gone to his ashram in present Bangladesh, in Faridpur. There sitting in the satsang, he had written a diary. So that diary is still available with us. There he had written that Narayana Tirtha Deva is saying, Ore, samarpan bolchis, ভগবানকে কি তুই জানিস যে সমর্পণ করবি? You are saying that I am surrendering, but whom are you surrendering? Do you know God? Do you know where He is? Do you know what He likes? Do you know whether He is there or not? That too we don't know. So how can anybody surrender to God? So the real test of surrender is when the Guru appears in the form of God. That means one takes to the refuge of the Guru. Because here is somebody who will tell you what to do. And very soon you will discover that you are not able to follow the instructions given by the Guru. The Guru is saying that you go to such and such place and do this, do that. He is saying, no, I have surrendered to you, so I will stay in the ashram. Again, Guru is pointing out that no, you will not be able to stay. The ashram is a conglomeration of all kinds of people coming from different backgrounds, different states and all that. You have not been able to stay in your family also properly. You have fought with your wife, you have fought with your children, you have fought with your employer. You go alone and do tapasya in your there was a house, he had a house somewhere. But he would not listen. He would again and again say, no, no, Swamiji, I have surrendered everything to you, so I will be here. What has he surrendered? If he is not able to follow what Swamiji is saying, then what is the surrender? No meaning of that surrender. So the surrender is really tested only when in front of the Guru, in the Guru Sannidhi we say, in presence of the Guru, that whether we are able to follow whatever the Guru is saying. Actually, he need not say. We will, if we have the proper receptivity, we will know what the Guru wants. So automatically we will do what the Guru wants. Wherever our ego is hindering, we will fail to do that. Shishyas are spoken of in 3 categories. The best, Uttama Shishya. He does things without Guru telling him. He understands what the Guru wants and he does. Madhyama Shishya means mediocre. Guru has to tell him and then he will do. And the Adhama, even when the Guru tells, he doesn't do. That is the Adhama, means the Nikrishta, the lowermost kind of a Shishya. So I added to that there are people in the ashram who will do the opposite of what Guru wants. So they are not Shishyas actually. Uttama, Adhama and Uttama, Madhyama and Adhama, up to that we can call their disciples. But those who do just the opposite of what the Guru says, you cannot call them Shishyas. But this is what happens. So here it is very clear that so far Krishna was instructing Arjuna. And what did he say in the last shloka? He said that then you do whatever you want to do. That means still the leadership is given, the guidance is left to his egoistic self. I have given you all the jnana. Suppose you are going to listen to Saint A, Saint B, Saint C. And you analyze that Saint A I cannot accept most of 50% only I can take. Saint B I can take 80%, 20% I cannot accept. Saint A I have listened to, I think I can accept most of his statements, 95%. Now, who is the Guru of whom? If you can analyze what is the wrong in the Saint statement and what is the right, then you are the Guru. Saint is not the Guru. Do you understand? As long as we are leaving the judgment on our egoistic self, this is the path which we do not know. We have to walk the path. So if we decide at that point, no, Guru is saying that you go this way. I feel, no, that way will not be all right. I will go this way. Then you will never reach. Then there is no point in accepting somebody as the Guru. I have discussed in great detail in Kathopanishad lecture, and there is just one lecture once in Bhagavata Satram I had given. Taking the example, illustration of walking in the desert and all. Now, this is what happens. The surrender is tested when we are in Guru Sannidhi. We are in the presence of the Guru. In selecting the Guru, you can apply all your egoistic thinking, whatever is there. What the Shastras have given clear indication that whom will you, suppose you are meeting so many Gurus, whom will you go to for your instruction? It is clearly stated that if you go to the Sadguru, sit there, you will find that all your questions are getting resolved without even asking anything. If you go to a Sadguru, even without saying, you will find as if Antashita Lata, it is Yoga Vasishtha writes about it. You will feel as if you had a cool bath inside. All the troubles, the agitations, they have got subsided. So there are some indications are given in how do you know that who is Guru. Suppose otherwise Saint A and Saint B both are equally good. But even then, who will go to A and who will go to B, it depends, because should be a resonance, there should be a harmony. So the harmony depends on the combination of the guru-shishya also. So there are tests given that whom will you go to as to embrace as your guru, to accept as your guru. But once you have taken initiation from a guru or you are following a guru, you have accepted somebody as a guru, then if you don't follow his instructions, then there is no point in accepting him as a guru. You have to follow. People will say, blindly should we follow? What else you can do? You don't know what is the path. Why say blindly? You have, with all your eyes, with all your buddhi, you have selected somebody to guide you in this unknown path. Now once you have selected, unless you listen to the direction, how will you go? He says go to the right, you go to the left. Then he cannot direct you. So this is a very, very important point of Bhagavad Gita at the end. Then he says, Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam raja. Now you will say that Krishna is not there to whom we will surrender. It is very simple. Krishna is one who has identified with the universal consciousness, the Atma or the Brahman. So anybody who has shifted his identity from the body-mind egoistic personality to the universal dimension, that means who is a knower of truth. Krishna, when he says Mam, me, etc., he is identifying with that. That yesterday also I explained. He is not saying that you listen to me. Listen to me was true at that time with the body-mind personality also, because he was available in body-mind personality. But when he is not available, how are you to follow? You have to follow that same truth within us, and if you find that truth experienced by a guru, you have to follow him. When you are not able to find out what is the actual truth, the voice of truth from within. And after some time we will know, as the desires get dissolved, we will know that what is the voice from within. So this surrender is actually the last, and in all the Shastras you will find that it is given the highest position. In Bhagavad Gita, it is called the fifth Purushartha. Srimad Bhagavatam, it is described as the fifth Purushartha. That means we always talk about four Purusharthas. Moksha is the last. But Samarpana is the fifth Purushartha. When he will say that I don't want moksha also. In following the Guru, he will say, take me wherever you want. If it is death, it is death. If it is moksha, it is moksha. If it is not moksha, I am not bothered about it. So this is the last Purushartha. Even our Narayana Tirtha Deva also has written, it is a surrendered the Panchama Purushartha. We have cassette on that. I have read out those diary and translated in English, all these things should be available in our website. Everything is there in our website. Is it there? Surrendered the fifth Purushartha. Surrendered the fifth Purushartha is there. In YouTube also it is there. Now I will just quickly run through our slides which we have discussed over the period. I am able to see from here, so I can do it. See, always we say that the message of Bhagavad Gita is revolutionary. I have already explained why it is revolutionary. We have just summarized here. Upanishads, given a picture to show in a nutshell what it is. Instruction given in peaceful setting. Whereas Bhagavad Gita, instruction given in war field. That itself, this is a very special background. In no other scripture, an agitated, disturbing situation is kept as the background. Everywhere it is peaceful, either king's palace or riverside or hermitage, forest hermitage. Only in Bhagavad Gita it is there. It is, show the next one. Instruction given in war field compared to other scriptures like Mundaka Upanishad, Srimad Bhagavatam, Yoga Vasishtha Ramayana, Ashtavakra Samhita, where setting is a peaceful hermitage or a palace. Here in Bhagavad Gita, Guru and Shishya, that is Arjuna, Krishna and Arjuna, both are kings and administrators. It is not one is a sage, ascetic. Both are not ascetics. Demonstrates applicability of the message in daily life and challenging situations. See, if in a war field this knowledge can be pursued, if the war becomes a sadhana for somebody, then what to speak of your office or your home front? They are nothing compared to what Arjuna did. So it's a question of transcending the constrictions of our mind. There what happened? By killing his own grandfather, he was transcending the constriction of his mind. You should understand it. By killing his own most beloved grandfather, because he was standing on the enemy side and to serve the purpose of dharma, he had to do it. This same thing happened in after our division of country, India and Pakistan also. Many of the closest friends, they got divided in the two, in the military. So in the military fight, they have to kill their own friend. And I know of a case during the Nakshal movement where the police were chasing the Naxalite group. Nakshal, you know that terrorist movement. Chasing the Nakshal group. And finally, when they were standing face to face, the chief inspector, he found his son to be the leader of the Naxalite group. You can imagine. They are about to shoot. Then he discovers it is his son. But he was not given the tuition of Krishna. So naturally he said that I won't be able to be here. He handed it over to the deputy inspector and said that I am going away from here. This is my son. But don't care that, you do whatever you want. That way he was not corrupt. Otherwise he would have released his son and killed others. That's the usual way. So, demonstrates applicability of the message in daily life and challenging situations. Whatever challenging situation you can think of, it is applicable there. It is only to get rid of the constrictions of the mind. Krishna, Guru, exhorts Arjuna, Shishya to fight. This will not find anywhere in any scriptures at all. Tasmad yuddhasva bharata. Tasmad yuddhasva bharata. Every instruction is concluding with, therefore Arjuna, you fight. And Arjuna says that I will not fight. He is not able to follow initially. Even in the war also, he was not able to shoot the arrows properly. It was falling off from Bhishma's armors. Then Krishna said, tumse nahi hoga. You are covered. You will not be able to. So he came down, although I have promised that I will not take weapon, in this case I will flout my promise. He came with the Sudarshana Chakra to kill Bhishma. Then Bhishma left his armory and said that, oh, will I have the fortune to die in your hand, O Lord? And Arjuna came running from the chariot and fell at Krishna's feet. No, you please withdraw your Sudarshana Chakra, I will kill Bhishma. So this has happened. It's all in the Mahabharata. Next. Vision of Bhagavad Gita. Instead of, this is a very important point, instead of abandoning activities, make actions an instrument for liberation or instrument for the goal. Next. That Bhagavad Gita pursuit. Instead of considering interaction as hindrance to spiritual pursuit, all interactions are to be used as instrument to attain the spiritual goal. Anybody engaged in any field of activity can pursue this yoga. The buddhi-yoga can be pursued by anybody, provided he sincerely wants the growth and enrichment, whether he is interested in pursuing the goal or not. Instead of seeking divinity away from the world of interactions, normally seeking divinity, either we go to the ashram or we go to the forest or we go to the cave. That is not Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is saying, instead of seeking divinity away from the world of interactions, Bhagavad Gita Yoga exhorts us to divinize our life and activities in this world, not to run away from the world. Whatever we are doing activity-wise, they remain the same. But by the change of our own mindset, our mental attitude, we make everything as divinity. The whole focus shifts from God to human personality. It has to be, because earlier in religion, we are thinking of the God and we are praying to God, we are doing worship to God. But when we step into this spiritual path of transforming ourselves, then the whole focus is shifted to our own personality. What are the things to be avoided? What are the things to be cultivated? That is why these Bhakta Lakshanas, Jnana Lakshanas, Gunatita Lakshanas, all these are there because of that. Take refuge in Yoga Buddhi. This Yoga Buddhi is the anchorage in our real identity. Now we will come to whatever we have discussed over yesterday only. We had this shloka I wanted you to chant, and I hope it should be taken by heart. Chetasa sarvakarmani mai sanyasya matparaha buddhi yogam upashritya matchitta satatam bhava. Next slide. Sarva karmani, these I have explained, just mentioned here. All actions, physical as well as mental, not time-limited puja, meditation or scriptural study, but all whatever actions, physical, mental, everything, by changing our mindset, it has to be changed. How we will, sannyasa means offering, surrendering. My sannyasa to me, Krishna says. That means Krishna is who has identified with the universal Atma. That means you have to surrender it to the truth, to your own real identity. Chetasa, how will you surrender? It is nothing to do with the external activity or anything that we have. It is a mental surrender. It has to be incorporated by anchoring the buddhi in the real identity. Mat paraha. This will be possible only when you give me the supreme position in life. You give truth or Atma or the spiritual goal. You put it in the supreme position in life. How do you put it in the supreme position? You take to buddhi-yoga. Buddhi-yoga mupashritya. Take refuge in buddhi-yoga. That is anchoring the intelligence in Atma or real identity, or in Bhagavad Gita, it is me. Satatam Matchittaha bhava, always remaining identified with me. It means the mind remaining free of desires. Actually, yesterday he explained that all these things are said, but they become absolutely natural and done only when our desires have got dissolved. We understand, and when will the desire get dissolved? When we understand the redundancy of the desires, that they are only hindering, they are not helping us. If we work without desire, we can do 100 times the work we are doing now. At least 10 times the work we are doing now. Because we are desire motivated, our energy is not applied fully to what we are doing. Always we are anxious of losing this, gaining this, and all those things are hindering us. Not only that, we don't get the full enthusiasm to work. We think that we can work only motivated by desire. It is absolutely wrong. We have to understand that. And this understanding dawns when we understand that desires need not be there at all. They are only hindering our progress. That said, we don't think that the desires will not be there. That is why in our 4 Purusharthas, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, Kama is there. That is, generally people will be needing some rightful desires to be fulfilled. That is allowed. That is okay. It's not that right from the beginning we should not have any desire. It's only for the spiritual goal, final goal. I think done, na? Anything else? We will just chant this once and then stop. Chetasa sarva karmani mai sanyasya matparaha buddhi-yoga mupashritya macchitta satatam bhava.